This is Benjamin, founder of Farmagain. As you know, Farmagain's flagship product GroTron was one of the top 100 innovations of India and also a patented product that is specifically designed to improve productivity. In this video, we are going to see how GroTron is helping you increase productivity, the facts behind, and how much of actual increase you can see. As we have discussed before, the only magic bullet to improve is to follow precision farming. And the golden rules of precision farming is that the root zone, let's be specific about open farming now. The root zone of the plants have to be maintained with a condition called air-water balance. In other words, 50% moisture and 50% air at the root zone. The second is that while the root zone is being maintained with the right air-water balance, we need to supply the plants with the right amount of nutrition that the plants need in order to achieve their genetic capacity. So these are the two golden rules. Now, GroTron was specifically designed to actually carry out these two golden rules on an open farm. Let's see how. Now, look at this place. Now, let's see how it actually works. First of all, the air-water balance maintenance, for which we obviously need to know how the moisture of the soil is. We can actually use two types of sensors. One is this. This is basically a tensiometric based sensor, which will tell us the soil pressure in kPa, and this is a temperature sensor. So, you basically know the soil pressure and the temperature, and with which you will know the soil capacity, and based on which we will be able to decide how much to irrigate and how long to irrigate. And the tensiometric sensors do have their own inherent issues, and one of the important issues is that if the soil moisture fluctuates between too wet and too dry, they take quite a long to actually report the right readings. So, we came out with our own sensors, which is based on frequency domain modulation, and here is that sensor, and Dinesh is going to show that sensor to us. And this is our own in-house sensor, which has an accuracy of soil moisture between 0 and 80%, and because it works at a very high frequency, there is no impact of the nutrition we supply onto the soil moisture. I mean, irrespective of the minerals we supply, the TDS increase or reduction, this sensor can continue to give us perfect reading between 0 and 80%. And why 80%? Because above 80% is anyway saturation. It is like flooded water, right? And now, we get these readings every 10-15 minutes from every field. So, this is a trial plot where we try everything, and as we are going to change the crop, we have let it dry. And once we get this data, this is processed using artificial intelligence algorithms, models, where in addition to this data, we also pull the ambient humidity and temperature, which is also coming from one of the GroTron devices, and we pull many other data from the cloud, from cloud weather APIs, and basically any data that has any relevance to the soil moisture, for example, the air pressure, wind velocity, cloud cover, etc. So many other data, and this data gets processed to basically understand if the soil is actually in the right air-water balance at this point in time. You will try to predict when the soil will dry up, and if the first model's prediction is say tomorrow morning around 10 o'clock, then a secondary model then kicks in, and that model will try to predict if the soil shouldn't dry at 10 a.m. tomorrow, before 10 a.m. when and how long an irrigation has to be administered, and that decision will be taken by the second model. And let us assume the second model says at 8 o'clock an irrigation needs to be given for 15 minutes. Then what will happen is the device that is responsible to open the valve to this area, we can see the device. This device opens this valve at 8 in the morning, and you can also see a device a little far away from where we stand, and that is the one that is going to turn the pump on, and the irrigation is supposed to be for 15 minutes. So, after 15 minutes that device is going to stop the pump, and this is going to stop the valve. And by doing this repeatedly, day in and day out, this plot will be guaranteed to have the right moisture, that is the right balance between air and water. And the second is the nutrition management. So, which is where we have the most comprehensive dosing unit of all. Once we have ensured the moisture, The second is about nutrition management, which is where we have the most comprehensive fertigation system of all. And our system can handle volume based nutrition management, which is 1 kilogram of urea per acre, 15 liters of Panchagavya per acre, or it can also do ECPH balancing, which is commonly used in polyhouses, but nowadays even open field farmers have started using it. So, what is ECPH balancing? In which case we attach EC sensors and pH sensors in the main line near the fertigation unit, and that is going to measure the pH and EC in real time whenever there is fertigation going on. Fertilizer is a salt. When you add salt, the EC goes up or TDS goes up. So, by detecting the TDS, we actually can supply the right amount of nutrition. If your agronomist says for the first 15 days of this plant, you have to supply nutrition from 1 to 1.5 EC, then what our system will do is in real time, it will inject the fertilizers in such a way that it is able to maintain the EC between 1 and 1.5, and the agronomist would say after 15 days let us maintain 1.5 to 2, in which case our system will pull little more to maintain 1.5 to 2 EC, so that the nutrition is supplied to the plants as they grow, as their needs grow, the right amount of nutrition will be supplied. So, this is particularly useful to polyhouse farmers, and more specifically to farmers who are in substrate cultivation like cocoa peat or any other substrate. And while we manage nutrition management with EC, it is also important for us to manage the pH, because when you supply nutrition, depending on whether it is acidic or alkaline, sometimes the pH can shoot up above 7, which is the neutral number, but our goal is to maintain somewhere between 6 and 6.5 pH, basically slightly acidic. And our system has the ability to pull in the right amount of acid. Typically we use phosphoric acid, and it will pull in the right amount of phosphoric acid to make sure, irrespective of your water pH, it will maintain anywhere between 6 and 6.5, or you can set 5.5 to 6, 6.5. As you set, it will maintain the pH also between that range, whereby it ensures the right nutrition is given to the plant based on the genetic capacity, the air water balance is absolutely maintained, and if you are able to maintain these two, then we are talking about the best possible productivity for every crop. Farm Marshal, and this is the one that takes care of controlling the pump, controlling the fertigation unit, controlling the mixing of water, controlling the fertilizer mix in the fertigation tanks, doing the ECPH balancing, all of that is handled by this device. And in fact, just to add on, for polyhouse uses, we can also manage the temperature and humidity inside the polyhouse using the VPD principles, and it will read the temperature and humidity from inside the polyhouse, and to maintain the VPD within the right balance, it will try to use the fogger or the fan and pad or any other temperature controlling mechanism that is available in the polyhouse. A real farm is actually not as simple as this. You may have a number of bore wells, you may have percolation pond, you may have an irrigation pond, artificial pond, and you will always have this constant requirement of pulling water out of a bore well, filling a pond, and from where you irrigate. So, these are devices that can control, that can actually read data from those level sensors. We use non-contact level sensors, and if you say your pond depth is about, let us say 30 feet, and you want to always maintain water level of around 25 feet minimum, then what our system will do is when it goes below 25 feet, it will start pumping water from all available bore wells, or you can sequence it, or you can say run this bore well, and when this dries up, get the other bore well to function. You can configure it the way you want, and this will actually ensure the tanks are kept at the right optimal level. And see, it is also important in a pond, you have, let us say, submersible pump. At no point can water level go below the submersible pump. So, you can also set that. You can measure the level of the pump and say, I don't want the water level to go below half a meter. Then what will happen is, if the water level ever hits about half a meter, then no irrigation will take place, no fogging will take place, it will shut down until it is able to get more water from water sources to the pond. In summary, GroTron is the system that will help you maintain the air-water balance in open farms, do the right nutrition management, whether it is open farm or ECPH management in polyhouses. It will help you manage VPD, the climate. It will help you keep your ponds filled at the right levels as you need. And all this was built just with the goal of improving productivity. And if you want to really achieve the best possible productivity for your crop, GroTron is the tool you should look at. In fact, one of our farmers had achieved more than 100 tons of tomato from a single acre, and he did about 5 acres. And the interaction video with him is right here. You can watch this video as well. If you also would like to achieve high productivity with lowest possible water, contact us and we are there to help you all the time. And we provide you end-to-end solution, right from your land preparation to technology implementation and agronomy support until you get the best productivity. We are there with you, and do get in touch with us. Call this toll-free number or write to us in this email address. We will be there to support you. Thank you.